Alex Smith cleared to return to full football activities. One of the biggest surprises in recent months as it relates to NFL news, and a pleasant one. A guy who we thought his career was over. He'd never be back. He had the compound fracture. He had the serious infection. He almost died. It was a long, hard road. He is now cleared to return, not just to a normal life, but to play football. Chris, I was astounded by this. And, man, it instantly gets the juices flowing on the possibility that a Washington team trying to adjust on the fly to a season without an off-season program. Makes me think of 2011, Alex Smith with the 49ers after the lockout. No off-season program then. Not much hope for the 49ers that year. Oh, they almost went to the Super Bowl with Alex Smith as the quarterback. The guy has done well in the NFL over the last decade. He's still only 36 years old. I'm fascinated by what Ron Rivera may decide to do at the quarterback position. Yes, you've got Dwayne Haskins, but if Alex Smith is healthy and full clearance to return to football activities would suggest that he is, fascinating possibility for the Week 1 starter in Washington.
Well, it is. You're right. I mean, it gives them options, no doubt. I mean, let's not forget they traded for Kyle Allen from the Carolina Panthers because Ron Rivera had history with them there, too. So they got three, quality guys. And Dwayne Haskins is the guy still with the greatest potential. I would have a hard time thinking, unless it just the wheels fell off in training camp, that it wouldn't be his job to go with. I mean, there's things to look at with Daniel Haskins' game and go, ooh, he could be a star. We'll see. You know what Alex Smith is. And I know he's cleared to play and do all football activities, but that doesn't mean he's necessarily full go 100% Alex Smith the way he was before he got injured. Yeah, he might be able to do, all the drills and practice and all that, but he still might not be totally able to hop around the pocket and run the way to his full capabilities. To me, Mike, this smells like quarantine quarterback. Quarantine quarterback. He's the perfect guy. Why? This is the guy. Oh, yeah, you're getting close. We like this. You're experienced. We know what you're doing. We're going to keep you in quarantine. We don't think you need a ton of reps. We'll get you in training camp. We'll go with Haskins and Kyle Allen. And then you got Alex Smith there as an insurance policy because he's certainly not going to get cut by the team with what they owe him right now. So he's going to be there. But nonetheless, I'm excited for Alex Smith, who's a really good guy and has fought hard to get back.
Give me that one more time.
Yeah. Quarantine quarterback.
I don't know what inspires that. It's kind of like lounge singer.
Right, that's what it was.
Know,
it was. That's what I was being. Lounge singer, right?
Yeah. All right. But I still think that in this upside down, topsy-turvy year, if he is truly good to go, and you're right, there may be a difference between being cleared for full football activities and being 100% or being the guy that you were. But I look at it this way, right? This isn't a horrible knee injury like Teddy Bridgewater had. This is a broken bone. And one thing we know about broken bones, they heal.
They do.
And this was about all the stuff that went on around the broken bone, the infection, because the bone broke through the skin. Once the bone breaks through the skin, it's all of the crap that's on your skin that gets inside your body and sets the stage for the horrible infection that he had. And then on top of it, he's on the grass. There's dirt. There's sweat. There's crud. It makes it almost impossible to avoid an infection. This wasn't he had a horrible knee injury that continues to have complications and the knees, he's cleared for football, but he can, he's going to favor one leg over the other. Let's see. But I just think that when we look at all the things you're going to need to be successful this year, and hey, Scott Turner's the offensive coordinator. It's a new offense for Dwayne Haskins.
Right.
It's not a new offense for Alex Smith. Norv Turner was Alex Smith's offensive coordinator in 2006. Now, it was a long time ago, but relearning is different than learning the first time. And if Ron Rivera is committed to going with the best guy, remember he seemed kind of ambivalent about Dwayne Haskins. You throw in the leadership potential, the importance of having somebody who's going to speak with clarity to the locker room and tell all these young guys to go home and stay home. I can't rule out the possibility that Alex Smith wins the job and that Dwayne Haskins becomes quarantine quarterback. Did I do that all right?
Well, you're right. I mean, it could go the other way around, certainly. You're going to have to keep one of the, Alex Smith certainly has played a lot of football. You're right. Him relearning that offense and the language is going to take nothing for him to get back up to speed. Plus, he's played so much football. When you get to that point in your career, the offense, it's just, hey, relearning words and things like that. But, yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do. I mean, they legitimately have 3 options at the quarterback position. I like what we saw from Haskins, but you're right. There's questions. We don't know. And if he stumbles learning this offense and, whoa, Alex Smith is like, whoa, he's really running around and he's actually is 100%. Yeah, maybe you think about it. Certainly. I don't put that, if you have the 3 guys, though, I guess this is something I haven't wrapped around my head. Like, what's the guy that's the smart one you want to put on the quarantine quarterback, right? Because, you also got to think, wait, we might be in a game and this guy gets hurt and I want to have the better player to be the backup to come in, not necessarily, over at home in quarantine. So that'll be a juggling act and something for them to figure out as well.
Yeah, with the young guy as starter, Dwayne Haskins,
right?
Do you get more support for him week in and week out, day in and day out? I mean, when you quarantine a quarterback, are you just keeping away from the team at all times? If that's what you're doing, you're losing the benefit of – now, you can still interact. You're just never in the same building. I mean, It all depends on how they decide to integrate that quarterback room. If you're not in the same room, but you can be involved in virtual meetings – maybe Alex Smith is the guy who's there on game days, ready to go and ready to talk and able to talk to Dwayne Haskins as needed. Another point, Chris, and I think this is entirely relevant because there's a huge similarity between you and Alex Smith. 2 quarterbacks who had a sudden injury, nearly died, and then had a chance to come back. Now, for you, the issue with the proprioception, the absence of the spleen, it prevented you from ever getting back to the guy that you were.
Right.
But think about your mindset when you knew you were going to have a chance to come back and play again after almost dying, after facing the possibility that you would never play again, to finally get back on the field.
Oh.
That mindset's got to be powerful. It's got to be, and if Alex Smith can do it, if he's 100% and he can do it, you combine that fulfilled dream that you never thought was going to come true, the opportunity to play again, he could be unstoppable.
No doubt. It's like It's like one of those things where you feel like you got a second life all of a sudden. You're going, man, I thought it was over. It's done. I'm never going to get to play again. Everything's ruined. And then you're just, oh, this is so awesome. I'm back. I'm great. I'm so grateful to be here. And, my approach was, one, the pressure was off because I was like, well, playing a game is pressure, but how about not being able to throw the ball 10 yards when you could throw it 70 yards your whole life? That was pressure where every day I was waking up like, what the hell is wrong with me? Dad, I'm coming home because I can't throw the ball 10 yards anymore. I don't know what happened. I used to have one of the strongest, so I was going through all of that. And then when I finally started to get close to 100%, oh my gosh, was just the pressure off me. The love of the game was just flowing through my brain, everything. I was so happy to be back and then so willing to work. Just whatever. I got to be there for 15 hours. So what? It's better than trying to figure out how to throw again in the backyard. So you're right. He's going to be very powerful that way. And it'll be interesting. I don't think you put Dwayne Haskins in quarantine quarterback. That's the one thing I know. He's a rookie. He needs to be there. He needs the reps, all of those type of things. But I'm very happy for Alex Smith, and hopefully he can make this interesting and make Washington think about what the hell they got to do here at this situation.
So if Alex Smith is 100%, where would he land on the Chris Simms quarterback top 40 list?
Ooh, that's a good question. I think, realistically right now, coming off the injury, he's not going to be in that top 20 group for me there. So if you could switch to the next page there, I think if I had to, and I knew I think he's right around maybe that, right below Case Keenum, maybe somewhere in there. If I knew he was totally 100% healthy, Case Keenum, Jameis Winston, Tyrod Taylor, Alex Smith, I think they're all in that same group along with Nick Foles. I think that would probably be fair. That's where I'd have him, at least right now. When he was healthy and before the injury, he was dancing around the top 20 a number of times.
Well, that's higher than Dwayne Haskins, who's number 39. So
yeah.
Rock, paper, scissors. Alex Smith is the starter for the Washington football team in 2020 if he's 100%. And I don't know what's going to happen.
Right.
But it's just a fascinating story, and it's a good, positive, uplifting message to see a guy come back from so much adversity and get back to the NFL.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.